Cookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Appreciate all your subscribes, your likes, your shares, your telling people that we're here, and just that you give us some of your time.
Yeah, seriously. And in the post, too, I appreciate people liking it and commenting on the 1 year anniversary of us ruining Sophia's childhood.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary of the article that was in the paper announcing our demise.
Yeah.
And things have been pretty good since then. And so really, really happy. Thank you. And I know it was on the post as well, but everybody that's hung in there and subscribed and followed and downloaded and listened and shared and rated, reviewed, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate having you. Also, the people in Parkville Media, our clients who become friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because the way our business is, not every business, but for most businesses, you have clients that you don't see all the time. And ours, we see all the time.
Yeah, because they're always in here recording podcasts or doing whatever, yeah.
So they're not.
And I always thought it was odd knowing people that own businesses before that like talked about their clients all the time. Like, oh, my clients have this, my client, I love this. I'd be like, come on, you're just a kiss butt. You know, I didn't understand it. But now I completely understand the relationship between you become more than just a client or somebody that, you know, you do become friends with them and you want them to succeed in whatever it is.
Exactly. And like following their stories and seeing them succeed. And that's been a lot of fun. I think, and I posted that to somebody too, that it's as much fun as it's been for us, just continuing to do what we're doing or learning how to do doing what we do in a different way, I think is a big thing. But also seeing other people being able to use their voice and finding their own audience, you know, and realizing that audience was there looking for them. That's the key part with the podcast is you got people that are just everyday people, just like you, just like us. And you're thinking, what could I possibly say that anybody would want to talk about or hear about or listen to or whatever? And the thing is when they listen to your podcast, I don't care if it's 10 people or 100,000. It doesn't matter because they were looking for you. They didn't just happen across you.
Yeah.
They didn't just accidentally.
Very selective.
Right?
Yeah. So they're not scanning the dial.
No, they were looking for that information. And so you know that. Yeah, that's
and if you think
cool.
of your business, your customers as an audience, it's the same thing. The same thing that we've been doing for the last 30 years. We had an audience and they friends and this, and now you have a business. You're a business. You have customers. They're your audience. You just talk to them the exact same way.
That's who you're talking to.
Yep.
And every one of them that has been in here, it's been awesome. It's been great to see them realize that they did have a message, and they did have a vision, and they're able to put it out there, and everybody's just like grabbed the bull by the horns. No pun intended to the Voglers.
Yeah, the bullpen. That's a podcast on the Parkville Network. Yeah, check it out.
Awesome, and it was because of Voglers that we met Carrie, who's the elephant doctor, and she's fascinating. Had more people comment about that whole podcast, just because it was something we never could have done in a previous life. To sit and talk to her for as long as we did, and find out what she did, and
we talked about elephant semen for 32 minutes.
Did
ish. So yeah, we couldn't have. All right,
and some other related topics.
Some other thing, but primarily, it's what we really want to talk about.
I think right now she is in Africa now.
I think she's in Africa, yeah, or this very soon she will be.
Yeah. Going over to there's a preserve that's there, and she works with them, and trying to repopulate the elephants in the world and helping them to continue on.
And I'll just reshare that. I'll just grab the link for that episode and just reshare it so you guys can hear it, because it's really it's worth it. Yeah.
It's fascinating. And she's from Crofton. She's right here from Nebraska. And so her logo is an elephant with the outline of the state of Nebraska behind it. She says she wanted to make sure she kept that Nebraska link in there because that's super unique to her.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you don't see many elephants.
Stands out.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right.
So 402-403-9478, voicemail and text.
Okay.
Let's do some voicemails first. Let's see how this works out.
Here
let's see how the IT guy hooked it up today.
Hey, Pat and JT. This is Heidi. Just thought I'd check in on this fine Saturday morning to let you know we have basketball games at 8 and 9.
Oh, that's our Heidi.
That's right.
Oh, she sounded drunk. Okay, I didn't know it was our Heidi.
Football game at 10. Softball practice at noon.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's how my weekend's going. Hope you're having a good one, and if you're sleeping in, boy, that must be nice. Talk to you later. Bye.
That had to be early.
That was left at 7:53.
So she was up, getting ready to start rolling.
7:53 is not early, Heidi. So you better shake yourself.
For her.
Let's go.
We know.
Yeah, all right. All right, 402-403-9478.
Hi, my name is Tamara. I have no idea what your translation thing is going to do to my name.
Tamara is what it says. So
Not
not bad.
bad.
Yeah, not bad.
But I have been listening to your show since 2007. I absolutely love your morning show, and I was really sad when they pulled you off the air, so I was so happy to find your podcast. But I was just listening to episode 199, where you were saying, wouldn't somebody get tired of eating the same food over and over and over? And just depending on their sensitivities, they actually don't. My son has Down syndrome and autism, and he is a picky eater. He has some texture issues, just like the boy that went blind,
Right.
From eating, 5 things.
Yes.
My son only likes to eat 5 things too. His are a little more healthy than the Pringles and the French fries, but it's
Transcription just said French birth, just so you know that, not French fries.
very, very difficult to get him to eat anything else. He just doesn't like it, and he doesn't get tired of it. I keep waiting, but he hasn't yet. But anyway, you guys have a great day, and again, love listening to your show. JT, you have the best laugh. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. First off, thank you. 2007, man.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's awesome. Second thing, I want to know what the 5 things are that he likes
Yeah, so text us back.
that are
Let us know.
healthier. I want to know what those 5 things are. And third, just the other day, Pat was working on our podcast and just editing some things, listening to it, lifting up some volumes, etc. All that fancy
No big
IT
deal.
mixed
Don't even
master
explain
jargon.
it. Nobody will understand.
And
too
all I
high
kept
level.
hearing, I'm in the other room, and all I kept hearing was, he kept replaying it. And I said, would you stop? Cut that out.
It wasn't at a very a weird spot in your laugh where it was all the way up, but it was on the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was funny.
Annoying. And I was in the next row. I was like, oh my God.
Between you and Nick Baugh with the laughs around here, it sounds like I'm in a pelican farm.
That's fine. You don't even know what a pelican sounds like.
I have no idea. And they're probably not on farms. So
I gotta look that.
you know,
see what
so
a
try
pelican
that.
Sounds like.
See,
Hold
what does
on.
a pelican sound
I
like?
don't know. I guarantee you, it's not Nick Baugh or me.
Oh, I don't know. I bet it, or a seagull, maybe. Maybe I'm thinking seagull.
I don't know. Pelican.
That can't be true. What?
It says pelican.
Okay,
sound.
are they staring right at the camera? Yeah. That's not what they sound. That's not what you
seagulls.
guys sounded like. It says pelicans. It's the same
okay.
one.
Okay.
It's just farther down. Yeah, you guys didn't sound like pelicans.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but it was funny.
I'll have to figure out what that sound is. I don't know what it is.
We want to thank Kugler Vision for being a sponsor and a supporter of us through our podcast. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. KuglerVision.com. Just a ton of information, super easy to navigate. It is definitely the epitome of user friendly. If you're looking for information about having any procedures on your eyes, if you have glasses or contacts, and you are considering the possibilities of not having contacts or glasses. I know I wish I would have done it way sooner than I did. One of the things that they pointed out talking to Stephanie at Kugler Vision that you don't really think about when you have glasses or contacts is every year you go get your eyes tested. Your eyes are constantly changing to begin with. And if you have a deficit, it's going to make a difference and they need to tweak it because you don't want to be looking through lenses that are not correct.
That hurts.
So you end up changing your prescription, which, well, I might as well get new frames because, now they're stylish, right?
Right.
So, whatever. And same with your contacts. So you're basically renting your vision.
Which is it's a crazy, you think that's crazy, but think about it. It's true.
It is.
You really are. You're renting your good vision.
And instead of renting it, you do it one time and it's yours. seriously, the amount of money saved if you, geez, just going in and getting the complete battery of tests done to make sure that everything's still on track and what my possibilities are moving forward.
And you go in and you set your consultation. You set that appointment on the website. Let them know that you heard about it on the Pat and JT podcast, and then 2020 could be in your future.
Right, and it could happen the same day.
That's right. Very cool.
Kuglervision.com.
So we got text messages too at
402-403-9478.
Okay. This is from Bailey. Bailey sending us a text. We were talking about
our
Googling.
Bailey.
I don't think it's our Bailey.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so. Just a Bailey. I mean, this
That's
could be
cool.
our Bailey.
She's another Bailey of ours.
Says, so Bailey here Googled the Halloween costume based on Facebook and Instagram followers. At first, I thought, I was a chef, until a closer inspection of the plate this guy was holding for a costume. It's called the linguine and meatballs costume, and he's holding the bowl really low.
Oh, no.
And yeah, the linguine and the meatballs are placed perfectly in the bowl too. Yeah, Bailey, you are not a chef. Not a chef.
There was a couple, and Chris Slater had posted, and it looked like it was a plucked chicken. And I said something, and he's not sure if it was, he said, I'm not really sure, turducken? He says, I'm not really sure what's in there.
What?
And it was one of those inflatables.
Yeah. Like,
That's
what?
what he got. There were some really good ones. That was the latest Google hilarity, as I said, posting you just post Google Halloween costume, followed by your number of followers. And then it'll bring up that costume as per the number that it is in some directory somewhere.
Right. And ours were two slutty ladies.
Both of them were.
This is it's from, I don't know who this is from, but it's from somebody. It says, when I was in college, speaking of the whole sexy Halloween costume thing,
Yes.
I had a blind date at a Halloween party. I was probably 21 at this point, and instead of going as one of those traditional sexy costumes, I thought it would be a really great idea to dress up like an old lady. I put pillows in my boobs, pillows in my butt, grayed my hair, and probably put a wart on my face, probably something very unattractive. Halloween costumes. This is the best Halloween costume to meet on a blind date.
That's great.
But he didn't show up anyway. But she said she had fun. So that's funny. That's a good idea.
Good for you.
Yeah, don't go for the sexy. Make, self-deprecating.
Right?
Yes.
That's what makes them fun. Seriously, the costumes that are the funnest aren't the ones that are the sexiest. That's
right. That's true.
That's a different.
It's self-serving. The sexiest ones are the self-serving
yes.
ones. Don't do
Go
that.
for something that gives people a laugh.
Yeah.
And they'll remember you for that. They'll remember the other one too, not for the same reasons.
Agreed.
But they'll remember that because you were able to make somebody laugh and at your expense.
They'll still remember the hot ones too, but not in the same level as
That's what I'm saying.
The funny ones. Okay, this is from Becca. It says, it's been a tough day with the sad news that Crane Coffee is being absorbed by Scooters. I did not know that.
Did not know.
It says, and please issue a correction lest your coffee-loving listeners think that they only can live in a world where Crane Coffee is special, but rather they live in a world full of squash spice lattes. They can pry my Crane latte out of my sad, dead inside hands. I don't know what that means. But they can't take my adherence to truth, honesty, and accurate labeling based on real science and etymology.
Entomology, basic words, right?
I don't know.
Not
E-T-Y,
etymology is the root of words. That's how you find where words came from.
Got it.
You're looking at me weird.
I don't care.
You don't
Words
believe
came
me.
from teacher and book. That's all I know. I don't need all those big words.
Remember we were talking about the root of the word noise
Yes.
was nausea?
Yes.
So the etymology, like when the kids are doing the spelling bee,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll ask for that. They want to know where the word came from,
which
gives them some kind of an indication how to spell it.
Right.
Do you know how that works?
I mean, I've heard of a root of a word, but you know what? It's been decades.
You ever diagram sentences?
Yes,
when you were
it
in
was
school?
awful.
I loved it.
I'm sure you did. It was terrible.
I loved
predicate
it.
and the Dominicate. What were they? The
Dangling
surrogate,
participles?
whatever. What were they called?
What?
What were the parts of a sentence? The
subject?
piston, the stamen, the stem. What are they?
The
Subject,
genus.
the phylum, species, the predicate.
I'm not sure what list you're going to
Dominicate?
I mean, I don't know.
Predicate something.
Yeah, it is. But that's funny.
Wow.
That's just like somebody saying words. That's funny.
It's fun.
Predicate.
I know like some English terms, but that's about it.
I remember doing that. I remember doing diagramming sentences, and I think it was in 8th grade. Might have been later. but I think it was in 8th grade. And I love that, drawing the lines and down and moving the sentence
Organizing
parts.
and...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's where it started.
Terrible.
I'm not sure. I think I already had that gene, that organization thing. That's so funny is that working in an office that is only ours and we're the only ones really basically here. And so you find out things. I'm sure you've discovered things about me too. I move things around and I want things in certain places. Mm-hmm. And sometimes
I don't go in your office because it's too intimidating.
Because when we were moving things into the storeroom, and you're one that you just walk in and set a box down and walk out.
Yeah.
And so the next time you walk in, you trip over that box.
Right. Because the door's shut. Nobody sees it. Right.
And I'm one to put everything as far to the other end of the room as you possibly can.
Once that is done, it feels so much better in there.
It does.
Just getting to that point sucks.
Right. And then same with our trash cans. We have smaller trash cans. We only have 3.
I think so.
Bathroom, kitchen, and mine. I think we only have the 3. And they're smaller trash cans. So they fill up fast if you put big things in and don't break them down, or conscientiously conserve space by taking the lid off of big cups.
Which would be nice. I'm learning. Or if you just had a cleaning crew that would take your trash out every
night.
We don't have that, 30 years.
I know
30 years.
You've been spoiled for 30
yes.
years. You don't have a trash
It's the little
person.
things.
So now we have to figure out ways to do that. So every once in a while I'm like, Pat, it'd be a lot easier if you
would break it down. And we have a urinal in our bathroom, and we so didn't want to clean it because it was going to be us that was going to have to clean it. So we got to take a picture of the hidden urinal.
Okay.
Because it's like one of those walls, room divider, little walls with like the paper mache, whatever that is.
That's
and it's just around it. You can't even tell there's a urinal there. And only one person's ever peed it, and that's Van Deeb.
I know.
And that's it.
That's it. He made sure to tell us that. Yeah. So we're like, oh no, we got to get that thing blocked off.
Dang it.
Immediately.
And Van didn't pee all over.
No.
It was just in general. We
just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so we aren't dealing with it. So every once in a while, we got to remember to flush that thing once in a while, though. Just to run water through it.
All right.
Okay, just saying.
So it doesn't get funky. All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast, 402-403-9478, or follow us up on social media everywhere. It's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.